It's that time of year in Canada where it's getting warmer, but as it's getting warmer, it's finally getting warm enough to snow because it used to be too cold to snow here, really. So we're getting all our snowfall now.
Yep.
Whee! But today in the Crazy Canadians garage, we have some side things that we have to start off with. I don't mind taking on side work because it means free practice for me. We've got to weld this flex section into this pipe, and this pipe had been previously coated, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. And we have to weld a black sheep blow-off valve in this one. I'm still waiting for the intercooler cores and the piping for this thing. When you do order something in Canada, it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to get it, which is unfortunate because you can't really plan ahead if you've only just figured out what's wrong. Now, as you can see, this one was a little bit tricky here. I didn't get quite as good a weld as I want. And that's because if you look at it here, I was trying to blend all the layers from like the top here down to the bottom because there was like this mesh layer in between. So I tried to fill this whole piece from here to here. Now I could get rid of this piece right here if I just went over it again and then filled it. It would probably come out a lot smoother, a lot better. I don't want to waste the gas. He doesn't worry too much about the aesthetics of stuff. This will hold. But like I said, if I wanted to make it look a lot better, I could go over it again and just fill it again. This downpipe's actually on a Lexus SC300, I believe, which is almost an identical chassis to a Toyota Supra, like the subframe, everything bolts up underneath. And it has like a 900 horsepower 2JZ in it with a BorgWarner 369 turbo. And if you remember, 369 turbo is actually what we're putting on Tokyo's car, but 2 of them.
Wow.
This one's going to be a little bit tricky because it's powder coated and because we have to cut this off and put the blow-off valve right where this was. Just some issues with contamination and stuff when welding aluminum. But we're going to do our best to make it as clean as possible because it is getting a nice black sheep blow-off valve on it. Insert Star Wars theme song, except don't do it because it'll be copyrighted. Ah, look at it. You are so beautiful to me. I love it. You know what, we're going to try something different. I'm going to try and talk you guys through this one. I'm just using a quick little flappy wheel on a grinder here. I believe this is like 80 grit flappy wheel from Princess Auto. Really cheap stuff, and it's just to get the powder coating off the pipe without removing too much of the material on the pipe. If you use like a grinding disc, you might gouge into it. You'll lose some spots there. It's just a lot cleaner. And then once we're done with this grinding disc here, we're just going to wipe it down with a little bit of alcohol, just some rubbing alcohol or acetone, whatever you have lying around, just to clean up, try and get some of the grit out of the aluminum. And then I'm actually switching from my Fupa cup, which is a 16 BBW cup that I was using, into a number 6 cup. You can't use these big cups on aluminum. It just doesn't work. I don't know really the science behind it. I believe the diffuser grounds it out or something like that. It's a little weird, but you just use your basic cup without a gas lens on it for aluminum. And then I grab a test piece of pipe here. And you'll notice that I just want to make sure that my settings are right. I don't want to forget something. And to my benefit, I did forget something. I actually left it on DC instead of AC. And we found that out by using the test piece. If I would have done that on the actual piece of pipe, I would have had to take it all apart again and grind down the pipe and try and get that piece of tungsten out of the pipe that ultimately comes off when you do that. And you know, we're just working our way through, and you got to remember the ABCs of welding is always be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, it's not going to come out good. So just, you want to always be in a position where you're really comfortable doing something like this. About this point, I realized that I probably should put the blow-off valve on there so I don't warp the flange at all. With these thick flanges on the BSI gates, you're not really prone to warping them unless you have like a huge gap on one side and you heat up one side really bad. And then you warp anything that way if you like try and pull the metal. But I decided to just put it on there. It's not my setup. I actually doing this for someone else. Might as well put the extra effort in. But yeah, I put it on there. It keeps the flange straight, and you know, just try and get comfortable for the last bit of weld here. And yeah, just finish it off. And now I didn't finish hogging out the hole yet, and we'll jump into that now after this time lapse. Good thing I did this. I always try to do this after I like switch cups or switch from aluminum to steel or whatever, but I take a test piece and I'm like, just make sure I have it, I went to do like a little test pass, and this is the first little thing I did, and good thing I did do it because I realized that it didn't switch from AC to DC. Yeah, right here, this little button switches from AC to DC. I didn't press that. If you guys are wondering about my settings, these are what I'm kind of using on my Everlast welder. And then I was at 110 amps up here, but I was modulating it with a foot pedal. It's nice to just get out in the garage and have no pressure to actually build something and just weld and have fun out here. It's kind of nice. However, I do want to get this thing done. Snow needs to go away. Once we get this thing done, and spring is around the corner, we can actually pull the Hellcat from the other garage, put this in the spot where the Hellcat was, and then we have the whole other half of the garage to do the Little Roy thing right there in that spot, which is gonna be huge. I also figured out which spindles I'm gonna use. We're gonna take the spindles off the front of this Fox. So these spindles right here with the brakes, we'll have to find a shorter shock than this one because these ones are really, really long. And then I build my own lower control arms, like these Team Z ones right here. The only downside is our wheels are 4x100 and those are 4x108, but I did order some adapters from eBay, which are like an inch or an inch and a half or something. They'll convert it from 4x108 down to 4x100. So you guys looking for tips and tricks? Essentially what I did was I ran a hole saw that was too small for it in there, and I just kind of let it find its way in the center and it drills through. It does like scratch up the side a little tiny bit, but because we have no center hole to start with. And then what I do is I just fill the rest of the lip with oil and run the deburring tool through it. And it comes out pretty good. Now we went from what essentially was like a 40mm hole into a 50mm blow-off valve. Yeah. So we've decided to have a little bit of fun today and just do things that I want to do instead of what people want to see. And I don't know if you guys seen Jordan on the channel because like he's kind of a dickhead. But this is his truck, but this is, I mean, also his truck. You getting it?
Getting it.
Nice. Oh. So what is it you need? You need a starter bracket of some sort?
I needed a starter spacer.
Starter spacer.
And
you think they would just like come factory spaced correctly?
not when you like jam lots of things.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not good at jamming things.
No, yeah, me neither.
I also noticed that you are missing 2 turbos up here.
Yeah, those are on the ground.
Because there's 1 turbo, except there's two more to go on. You thought I did turbo things? You do turbo things.
I'm only at half as much. half mass of the 8.
What size is that blower?
871.
Oh my god, why do they make old school blowers so big? You know what makes me mad? Is I'm actually trying to do some history on this 871 blower while I'm editing this because I'm genuinely curious about where it came from and what it was used for. However, when I'm trying to get 871 supercharger history here, all I'm getting is for sale ads, which is stupid. I just want to learn some history. Everything's turned into an advertisement on how much you can sell. I just want to know where this blower came from. Someone give me some details on it, please. I did find out that the 671 was like a military purpose for a 2-stroke, and someone put it on a vehicle in like the 1950s. It's kind of crazy. Like that came out in, I don't know when, but it was a long time ago, and it's still been the standard in like big blowers.
Yeah, it looks.
The blower's bigger than the motor. I don't know why anybody needs this, but now I want one. But I don't want to spend $200,000 getting one. No. And I can see where the money went because the axles are the size of my head.
You do have a pretty big head, yeah.
No, I got a small head. I wear size small helmets. When I go to speeders in Edmonton, I got to wear the pink helmets.
The pink helmets.
I just realized this now. I thought this was big when I came in. I was like, holy shit, this thing's huge. And now that I look at it, I realize the suspension is actually bottomed out all the way down, and it's got to go up still. Yeah.
So these are 26-inch nitrogen shocks. I would say they're about like 4 feet tall, fully extended. Ride height be 11, 12 inches, whatever. It's kind of what.
So it's got to go up another foot. That's what you're saying.
Yep, and it can go up another 2 feet ideally. If you really want. To
My God.
If you really want to be crazy, but yeah.
Hey, so this is why you work 24 days straight.
Yeah, certainly is. It'd be nice to be able to get in here and finish it though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, now we're getting serious.
break.
I'm getting learnt today.
Do some things here.
My God.
Maximum clearance for this engine bay, dude. Just whatever bolts fit, right?
Oh, I didn't even realize how that was set up there with the V that just like kind of bolts 2 turbos to it.
Yeah, it's kind of neat anyway.
Diesel stuff.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing. We're just, this is how I learn. Honestly,
Dude, me too. We're making a shirt that says failing upwards. And you just fail so many times until you learn how to do it, and then that's how you learn it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what's going on here yet until it happens. That's why we're just going to fire it up and figure out. Feel like, oh, what are you doing for this? What are you doing for that? I'm not sure. I'll let you know when it runs.
See, this is functional turbos where mine are like not as functional.
Right. Wait.
And there's probably some diesel guys like in my comments now being like, "Oh my God, that's so cool," and I'm all like, "What are you looking at? I don't see spark plugs."
You know what's funny? I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna get the diesel guys who actually know what they're doing, and
they're gonna be like,
they're gonna have some comments. But I'm sure there's some. That's just like all the guys who said, "Oh, 8 turbos won't work," and you totally made it work, right?
Ish.
Yeah,
to an extent.
So whatever. You had fun doing it. And that's all that matters. Like this. I think I've only ever seen one other triple turbo on YouTube there, and it's a race truck.
I mean, there's definitely a couple because I know they sell triple turbo kits all the time.
Yeah.
That one looks like a dick to get in place.
Yeah, it's not very fun. Well, you're just trying to line up everything, exhaust. Because they do 2 in the 1. But, do you know a guy who's good with, like, those crazy exhaust setups?
Do I know a guy with a welder?
Do you know? Yeah. Anyone who's good at TIG.
I know a couple guys.
You look down, it did have a downpipe, but I'm thinking two hood stacks?
Oh, they just go into each other?
Yep.
Oh, okay, wait.
So if you just turn the housings,
Oh, yeah.
then you can just run 2 things.
Yeah, didn't you put lights in it? Yeah. This is a Rolls Royce now.
It is.
You know those Rolls Royce where you can get like the stars put in the ceiling? This is essentially that. You can get her going. Is it all like Bluetooth stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see the box down here.
It's a little greasy right now, but
It's a little greasy. I mean, this whole truck's a little greasy. You're greasy.
I am.
Dude, I could see like this being something Tokyo wants. In his Malibu, yeah. All right, the moment you guys have been waiting for, the welder giveaway. I did send away the information from my Shopify and from Black Sheep Shopify from February 1st to March 10th. And then they sent me back a random winner. And I have the winner here. I got Nick to pull up the order because they just gave me the name. And it was actually order 1330 on Black Sheep Industries. And he ordered one single 3.5-inch stainless steel V-band clamp, which was worth $50, which is crazy because now you have a welder. So I'm going to contact him. We'll get that shipped out to him. And moving forward, I think we're adding someone new to our team, and we're going to try and do bigger, better things and give away cooler stuff. So it's a great opportunity for everybody. Peace easy and get that V.